everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer. And today's video is the continuation of the Dior Holiday saga. I did an overview video with all the Dior pieces that I had picked up, but I've been doing videos after that one to sort of concentrate on each eyeshadow palette and the lipsticks and etc. So today we're going to be using the Dior Gold palette. This is the one, this is 469. I did the silver one already. That's what this one looks like. I've also done the Ecrin face palette and the Ecrin iconic eyeshadow palette. So this is the last of the eyeshadow palettes that is going to be part of the Dior Holiday collection. Now, today I'm also going to use the Dior blush, Holiday Blush, the Hologram Blush that came with the holiday set. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to pick up the eyeliners. I feel like I want to. I'm going back and forth. So, you know, let me know what you think because I really would like to try them, but I'm kind of like shopped out a little bit. I've picked up so much. And in addition, today we're going to take a look at the Christian Dior. Now this is the, the name says the Rouge Dior Miniature. I know that's not right. But basically it was referred to as the Coffret online, and it's really stunningly beautiful. I don't even know if the camera can truly pick up how really stunning this is. I'll show you the inside of it. It's got the chain that you can detach. So you can actually wear this like a purse. And I'll show you the lipsticks that are inside there. Part of that, and we'll see if we want to pick out a lipstick from one of these or from the Diorifics that I picked up. And I'm also going to use the Golan Holiday Meteorites as well because, well, I'll explain in a minute. Let me pull my hair back. So if you watched the video where I used the Golan Holiday and the iconic eyeshadow palette, you'll know that I did the Golan Meteorites with the Suku blush palette. I chose the like pumpkin shade that was in there. I also did Gold Dust bronzer by Tom Ford. And when I used the Golan all over the face, my face just looked too bronze. It just didn't look right because my skin is so pale. It worked with the look because I was trying to do a, you know, fall warm pumpkin themed kind of look, but it just didn't really match my coloring. So today I'm gonna use the blush, but no highlighter, no bronzer. We're just going to use the Golan at the end and see how that works on my skin tone. So I think the first thing to do is to talk about this stunning, if it's a Coffret or it says it's a case and lipstick holder. You know, it's beautiful. I had ordered this some time ago and it took a while to come in, which is totally fine. But like I said, the chain here comes off. There are little clasps, lobster claw clasps, if I could function there, that come off the side. So you just unlatch it like that. So you can actually like use this. I mean, I guess you could use it as like a purse. You could carry it around. I don't plan on using it that way. This is more for, you know, just display, but I do think it's a stunning case. Now this side piece here actually comes off. So you actually just pull it up. You gotta be careful when you do it. Pull it down. Well, pull it this way, depending on, it's upside down. And this case, this lipstick holder, also has little CDs on the side, so you could hook up the chain to just this. So you could literally just carry this around. And what is this? You twist it open, the cap comes off. The cap has again, the CD on the front, on the top of the cap. And the lipstick is in here. And that's the lipstick. And the lipstick has the embossing on it as well. So it's just, I mean, the whole set is stunning. So the lipstick literally goes in, fits right in there. Put this on the top like that, twist it closed, and you can add the lobster claw clasps to the side here. You can see, and you can put one on each side, and you could literally carry this like a crossbody if you wanted to, which is just a lovely, lovely idea. Now, in the case itself, this is the case. You can attach it to the case, or like I said, you can have it separate. There are lipsticks. And the lipsticks are, you can put them in that case. So there's 3 lipsticks in here. I'll show them to you. So they're just the bullets. And we've got 466 Pink Rose, which is exactly what it sounds like. Pink. Pink Rose. We've got 858 Red Pansy. It's like a matte shade. We've got 873 Sparkling Peony. This is a gorgeous, like, sparkling red shade. And then the one that comes in the case, but again is changeable, is the 862 Winter Poppy, which is this gorgeous velvet. It has the Christian Dior. Let me see if I can get it so that you can see the embossing on the lipstick. So basically, the way this works is it pops out and you can pop any of the other ones in. And so you just click it back in, put the case back on, put it in your very cool lipstick case, which is just amazing. And this is what the inside looks like without any of the lipsticks. You see the little tags, so you can just pull the lipsticks out. It's like a velvet box, and that comes out. So you can literally take that out, and then you have a case. Like, you could literally use this as a purse. I mean, there's enough room in here. Like, there's enough space in here where you could actually put, like, credit cards, money, you know, whatever. And then you'd have your lipstick on the side. Put this back on. So you could use this as a purse. Like, literally. I just think it's adorable. I don't know. I just really like it. I think they just did a really good job. I think the embossing is beautiful. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this. I think it's really beautiful. I love the way that they did it with the removable lipsticks on the inside. This is, in my opinion, more of what that Gucci case should have been like when you removed the inside of it. Because this, when you remove it, it's a function, like you could use this as a purse. With that Gucci, if you remove it, you know, you feel like you could use it as like a jewelry case or something, but you really can't because the inside's not that big. So anyway, I absolutely, absolutely love this. Okay, so just my 2 cents. All right, so let's start with the blush. You guys have seen this before if you've seen the other video. This is the Hologram Blush, and this blush is kind of like a hologram. You get a holographic look almost on your face because as you like move, you get sort of this pink slash, I don't know, like purple. The thing is with this blush is that it is not very bright. And it is very, in my opinion, glittery. Now, I don't know if as I use this, the glitter will die down. Like, I don't know if there's like more of an overspray, but it doesn't seem like it. It seems like it's just part of the blush. So, I don't love that. I don't love the glittery nature of it, but I will say I have taken more liking to the shade when I use it with the classic crease brush or a cheek brush or one of the synthetic brushes. When I use my KZ brush, I feel like it doesn't like almost show up because it's just a very light, it's not a pigmented blush. So I feel like you want to use something that's a little bit denser with this blush. The KZ brushes, which I use for a lot of my blush, and especially like the Pat McGrath's, just doesn't, I don't really feel like it works with this. So I don't know if the camera is really picking up the glitter, but there's a lot, there's glitter. So it's pretty. It's not, it doesn't actually accentuate my texture or anything like that, but you have, it looks like holographic, like as you know, like on your driver's license, that hologram, that's kind of how the effect is. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, I kind of like it, but it just feels, I don't know. I just don't think I'm used to it. Maybe that's it. But regardless of how you feel about the glitter and the kind of holographic nature of it, it's not very pigmented. So if you're looking for a very pigmented blush, I would not recommend picking this up. Okay, the eyeshadow. So again, this is the gold one. There's the gold and the silver. This is $4.69. I have swatched all the palettes, the Ecrin palettes, the face one, and the eyeshadow, the silver, and this in the overview video. So I will link that. I'm gonna swatch them again today so you can see them. What I would say is that this one is warmer leaning than the silver. The silver has a very cool look to it, and at least on me, it almost goes like a purpley, kind of mauve-y shade. A lot of the shades in there, you know, I couldn't tell you if that's gonna happen for everybody, but that's what happened for me. So I got this kind of cool toned look, and then when you put the silver on, that just like finishes it. Like the silver in that one is, I don't want to say overpowering, but it certainly is the showstopper of that quint. This one is definitely warmer in nature, especially with that gold in the middle, but I don't think it's too warm because some of the shades actually have a cooler bent to them. Like this one here looks a little bit cooler. This doesn't look particularly warm. And although these are warm, they're not like, you know, they're not gold or orange. This shade though, the topper shade, middle shade is gold. And it's the one that is the most shimmery. It is not as, it's not as overpowering. I keep using that word, but that's what the silver kind of is. It's like, once you put the silver on and that other quint, it's just, that's what takes over the look. This gold doesn't really look like it's going to be that. When I swatched the silver, you could see how like opaque it was. This seems more like a topper, but you know, we're going to see on the eye, because just because it swatches a certain way doesn't mean it's going to look like that on the eye. When I swatched the Ecrin face palette, I didn't particularly, I was not impressed. I was just kind of like, okay. And then I used it on the eye, and honestly, it was one of my favorite, turned out to be one of my favorite quints that I've used by Dior. So that's why, you know, you just don't know. Okay, so let's start building this a little bit. Let's use this shade here. This is the first one I used. It's kind of light. These all look like satins on the outside, except for that deep brown, which definitely looks like a matte. The shade in the middle looks, you know, like a shimmery shade, possibly a topper. We'll see how opaque it is. In the two Ecrin palettes, there is one shade that is the same, and that is number, I think it's 780. It's that deep brown. And so it's literally the exact same shade. It, you know, ends up working very differently because of the two palettes, the other color stories. But the brown in this one and the brown in the silver one do look similar. When I swatch them all, you can see that. So I don't know if that's the same shade as well, because it doesn't, you know, Dior doesn't give you the numbers of the individual shades in the palettes. They just give you an overall number. So, except in the, you know, the face palette and the iconic palette. So I don't know. It looks a little different, but it's kind of hard to tell. So this could be the same brown in all of these. It is possible. So this shade, like I said, is a kind of a taupey shade. It has a little bit of gold in it, not a lot, but you can kind of see like there's a little bit of gold undertone, a little bit warmer. It's not mushroomy, but it's a very pretty shade. It is very close to my skin tone. It's not that different. It's like a little bit deeper, definitely warmer, but you know, it doesn't show up drastically on my eye. Then let's take the Sonia G Mini Booster Brush, and let's go on in with the second to last shade. This was the one that, it's not the matte brown, it's more of that satin, but it's a deeper shade. And let's see if we can, let's see if we can just deepen up the crease here. And we'll use that matte shade as just on the outer corner and as a liner. We'll keep this look a little bit lighter than I did with the Iconic palettes. I mean, these shades aren't that different from one another. They're in the same, you know, range, family range, but I don't think they're boring at all. I think they're very wearable. Whether they, you know, scream holiday, I don't know. I mean, I think the shades are good for the fall winter though, but like the Iconic eyeshadow palette, like that one screams fall to me, like because the spiced orange shade, I call it spiced orange, but like it's like that pumpkin-y shade, that like just screamed fall to me. The silver one does kind of be like, oh, it's like holiday because of the silver is so like shiny. The face palette one is like, to me, every day. Like that's something you could wear year round. This one looks more year round to me as well, but we'll see how shiny the gold is to kind of, you know, get an idea. Okay, so we've got those two shades on. Let's use the second shade that I did. It's kind of a light, creamy shade. It doesn't show up very well. It's not like it's super bright. And we'll use that kind of in the brow area. I still being careful of my brows, so I'm not going to put it up all the way, but this is a shade that I think would work for that. You know, it's kind of got like a creamy, a lighter gold kind of shade. It's not like a bright white or a really light shade, so I don't think it would work really well for an inner corner. In fact, the only thing that's in this palette that I think is great for inner corner is the gold shade, and I'm going to use that on the eye. So I think I'm going to figure out something else to do for inner corner, or maybe not do an inner corner at all. Okay, so we've got the shades on the eye. Let me buff this in just a little bit. All of these formulas have been really, you know, like really nice. They've all blended well. I haven't had any problems with opacity or, you know, it all blending into one. Nothing like that. They've all been, I think, really good quality and good formulas. Just, it's more of like a color story thing. So let's take the brown matte. I'm going to go with the Chanel rounded dome brush. And this brush kind of allows me to just sort of like pounce in one area. I usually use it for like when I'm just trying to concentrate a shade, like on the outer corner or inner corner actually. But any, you know, little area, because I don't want to use this in the crease today. I'm just going to concentrate it out here. I think that other shade was fine to intensify the crease. And like I said, I'm going to not make this look as deep as the Iconic. Yeah, that's good. All right, again, we'll buff it in, buff. I feel like I'm always just, you know, making sure that everything is blended, but I guess that's just, I mean, that's what you do. Let's do the gold first, and then let's do the matte brown for the lower lash line. Let's see how this gold works. I'm going to use a Sonia G flat definer brush. Oh, this gold actually is similar to the silver. It's not as, keep saying overpowering. That's really not the word I'm looking for, but it's not, I don't think it's as bright as the silver, but it's very similar actually. If you build it up, and the flat definer is very good for that, like you can really pick up pigment with this. Yeah, actually, you know, now that I'm building it, it does look a lot like the silver. Like it kind of, it becomes the showstopper in the palette. So in that way, you know, holiday, right? I mean, that makes sense. Bright gold, bright silver. And I'm kind of dipping this closer to the inner corner of my eye, like going further with the gold than I normally would with, you know, another type of shade. Let's take that brown, matte brown, and run it lower lash line. I'm going to concentrate it on the outer corner of the eye, and then just kind of sweep what's left. We'll just go back over the outer corner here with that brown. Buff that in a little, just on that outer corner. Yeah, you get a very similar design look than you do with the silver palette, except the difference is this is gold toned and the other one is silver toned and has more of like a cool, almost purpley mauve, like I said, kind of look. But this, you have a very similar outcome, whereas the other shades kind of fade into the background, and the shade that really takes over is the gold. Like the gold is what this look is about. Just like with the silver palette, the silver is really what the look is about. Now, I think with this one, I think if I put some like brown eyeliner on the top of my eye, like maybe the sparkling brown from Dior, which I did not pick up, that would look good. So what I'm gonna do is I'll use one of my Chantecaille shades. It's either Chantecaille or Chanel. Okay, let's use the Chantecaille Earth. And I'm just gonna kind of run it close to the lash line. If you want to see, Earth is just this brown, browny shade. I think the sparkling brown by Dior might, you know, be really good here, but I don't actually know what the shade looks like. That's the thing. That was the, you know, it looked like, I saw like a swatch and it looked like it was kind of nice, but it's kind of hard to tell. And I'll be honest, the Dior liners aren't my favorite liners. They're not bad. They're not my favorites. So I didn't pick them up. The shadows definitely my favorites, but anyway. So yeah, I definitely think that adds to it, just adding a little bit of liner. Okay, so before we do the mascara and then we'll get to the lips and figure out what shade we want to use, I think we're going to use one of the reds today. The Golan, the Meteorites. Now I've showed you this in the other video, but I will show you again today. I just love these scents. I kind of want to buy perfume that smells like this. I know Golan has perfume that smells like this, but I don't know if it would become overwhelming. So that is the new Meteorites. And I'm going to use the Face One brush. Like I said, if you watched my other video, you can see that it was like too warm for me, the look overall. But this might be okay because I don't have any bronzer on and I don't have any highlighter on. I just have the Dior blush. I think this is going to work far better than trying to do bronzer, a warm-toned blush, a warm-toned highlighter, and this on top. Okay, so my camera kind of shut off while I was doing it, but I think you can see it definitely warms up my skin. It actually leaves a lot more color on my face than any of the other Meteorites that I've used, except for the pink one, and I can't remember what the name of that one is. That one I use as blush, though I don't use it all over the face. This one definitely, it's got pigment, and it is a warm, like almost like goldish, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but you can see my skin looks warmer. Now, I think it looks great with just this, I just had blush on and no bronzer and no highlighter. I think when I did it with the bronzer, the warm tone blush, and the highlighter, it was too much for my skin tone. So if you're pale like me, I think you can definitely use these meteorites, but either, in my opinion, you're gonna wanna use them, you know, lightly. So don't use a buffer brush, use more of like a fluffy brush so that it gets a very light look, or use it without bronzer and a whole bunch of other stuff, because I think it just looks, it's just too much. Now, again, it's personal preference. You might like that look, and that's fine. Also, if you have a deeper skin tone, it's a totally different story. It's only because, you know, I'm fair light. But I do really like the look like this with this type of brush, which is a very dense brush. But I'm also going to use it with like a very fluffy brush, like my KZ01 brush. I'm going to try it with that as well, which is a very soft, not dense brush, and like kind of just use it maybe like in certain areas, see how that works as well. But I do really love it. And again, the smell just, it's so good. So good. Okay, so lipstick. I think I'm gonna use one of the, quote, regular lipsticks because I use the Diorifics for the other looks. And I think for this one, it's either, well, the pink one I think is, I don't think that's quite right. The red pansy's pretty, it's very much a matte. Let's try the different ones out. So this is Pink Rose. This is 466. I did swatch all the other lipsticks, the Diorific lipsticks, in my other videos, so you can refer to that. So that is Pink Rose 466 Satin. It's actually a really pretty, it has a little bit of peach to it, even though it says Pink Rose. I like that one. Okay, we've got 873. This is the Sparkling Peony. This is the one that looks like really stunning in the bullet. It almost looks like glass-like. And that one is almost like a magenta, but it's got some, I don't know what that is, not metallic, but like a shimmer to it that's really, really pretty. And that one is, yeah, well, it's a metallic. That would be why. Good, Jen. Good, pay attention. That would be why, because it's metallic. And then the red pansy is the matte. Oh, that's a beautiful shade. That's like a brick red. That is my kind of shade. Red pansy is beautiful. And then the one that comes in the case, this is the Velvet. It's the Winter Poppy. So you've got all the different formulas. And this one is, I'd say it's a cooler toned red. It's not, at least it goes cooler on me. I think it has a little bit more pink to it than it does, like the 999 is much more neutral than this. This looks pink. All of these look cool except for that one, the, I've already forgotten the name of it, the matte shade Red Pansy. So we're gonna use the Red Pansy because I think with this look that I have going on today, I either want to do like the neutral Diorific, or I want to do, my brain just stopped, or I want to do the Red Pansy. I could also do the orange, the Capucine one. No, let's do this one. I'm talking to myself. All right, let's do this one and we'll see how it looks. Oh, I love this shade. This is my kind of red. So it's definitely a warmer toned red. I don't think it looks particularly warm on me. I think it actually looks more like almost neutral. You can see it on my hand though. That's the shade. Definitely warmer than the other ones. in the Coffret in the holiday collection. All right, so let me put on a little bit of mascara just to finish up the look, and then we'll talk final thoughts. So final thoughts, love the lipstick. I think even this is a matte lipstick, and it actually feels really comfortable on my lips, which is awesome. This is gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm not going to say that it's not expensive, because it is. It's like $200. And will I be carrying this around as a purse? Probably not. Probably it's going to just sit on my vanity, but I'm still really happy that I picked it up because I just think they did a beautiful job with it. And the shades in there I think are really pretty. The this matte shade I think is my favorite. The other ones are more cool leaning. I'm more likely to wear the coolest shade, that pink one, which I didn't think I would. But I could actually see me wearing that. The other ones, we'll see. I mean, I'll certainly try them all out. But they might be like a little too pinky for me, but we'll see. The blush, I'm getting to like more than I originally did. When I first used it, I just felt like there was nothing there and it was just all glitter. I do like it more than I did. It's still not my favorite blush from Dior though. I do think it has this sort of holographic effect, hologram, very clever, but I think I could do with a little less glitter and a little more pigment, which is saying a lot considering that I'm, you know, fairly pale. The eyeshadow quad is stunning. They really did a beautiful job with them all. I will say that really it's the same kind of effect that you'll get with the silver one, except the silver one is cool tones and this is warm tones, and you get this gold with the browns, and the other is the silver with the browns. Those browns are cooler, these are warmer, but both really do create a stunning look. Now, do I think these shades are real revolutionary? No. I would even bet that these shades are in other palettes, and I'll start looking. I really haven't had time to do that because I'm just trying to get through the videos. There's so many more things I need to still do videos with, Pat McGrath and Suku, etc. So hopefully now that I've purchased most of holiday, if not all holiday, I'll have some time in November to December to actually like go through these and do some more comparisons. So I wouldn't be shocked if this gold already exists and the browns and, you know, but the way they've been curated in these palettes is really well done, and they do work. They do create a beautiful look on the eye. So, and maybe you don't have the other palette. So, I mean, that's the other thing. The Golan Meteorites. I love the Meteorites. I think they create almost like a glass-like finish on your skin. I think it's really stunning. This one is more pigmented than the other ones that I've used. The other ones, you kind of get this gorgeous glow and great finish, but there really wasn't a lot of like a shade. This one does. This one has some warmth to it. I am, if you've watched my videos and you can see, I'm, you know, fair to light. And so you can definitely use this. I used it with a dense brush and buffed it in, so it's fine. But for me, when I tried to use it over bronzer and a warmer blush and a highlighter, it just got too much. Like it just looked like it looked like the shade didn't match my neck, and it just was like too much. So for me in the future, I will either not use a bronzer with it, or I'm gonna try it out with a softer brush. Those are just my thoughts. But I really do think Dior has done an excellent job with their holiday collection. I've loved every single piece I've tried. I think they're all beautifully done. The design work is really impressive. They thought everything out. I think everything is what you would call classic and classy and really elegant. And I am really leaning towards trying the liners because I feel like I've tried everything else. So I should probably pick those up. But let me know what your thoughts are. So with that, I think we're done for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in another video really soon.